camera's crooked. Okay. You read the title, so you already know what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about how to move to a new state all by yourself. No friends, no family here. That's what we're here to talk about today. I'm talking about it because you know me, I just did that recently 5 months ago. Moved to Las Vegas, Nevada from St. Louis, Missouri back in July of 2020. And I just want to share with y'all, if you're interested in knowing, you know, if you want to do this, I want to share with y'all what you should do and what to avoid, you know, because in this time frame, in this 5 months I've been here, I've actually did some stupid stuff. I honestly just want to see everybody win, so I'm just gonna get y'all help, okay? So I'm gonna get right into it. Let's jump right into it. So the first thing that I did was I chose a date. I had been saying I want to move to the West Coast for forever, my whole life. It was 1 year back in 2019. I said, you know what, this is about to happen for me. I'm about to really do this. And I chose my date. I said in 2020 of July, I'm really about to make this happen. So choose a date. Whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now, choose it and stick to it. Don't change it. Don't, whatever the case is, don't do it. Just do what you gotta do to get to that point, okay? The second thing that I did was I had a savings goal. Before, in 2019, I had no money in my savings account. I've been working my ass off since I was 16, but I tell you, like y'all, I've been working part-time jobs, retail jobs, and I wasn't really making no coin. When I got a new job, I actually ended up getting 2 jobs back in 2019, like pretty much at the same time, one a full-time job, another part-time job. So anyways, at that point, I had a savings goal in mind. I said, okay, I'm moving July 2020. So by July 2020, I at least want to have this much in my bank account. And my personal savings goal, even though people told me like 5,000 is enough, 3,000 is enough, that was not my savings goal. My savings goal was 10,000. I really wanted to hit 15,000, but I kind of just jumped too fast and moved too fast. So I ended up just leaving in July with 10K in my bank account. How I got there, pretty much I just said, fuck the shoes, the clothes, the hair, all that. Fuck all of that. I put every penny that I had into my savings and stayed down until it was time to come up. So that was my savings goal. I pretty much hit 10K in June of 2020. And by that time I was ready to get the fuck, okay? But the third thing I did, like in the meantime of me saving my money, I was on the search for apartments. My bad, I got notes here because I forget shit. So I was on the search for apartments. I was on apartments.com. Pretty much only used apartments.com. The other stuff just too complicated. Not really too complicated. I just don't like how they have their site set up. So I was just using apartments.com. I would look at apartments, and if I see something I like, I'm definitely going to, man, go look at those reviews, because it could look nice on they can make it look nice on the pictures, but people were saying maintenance was terrible. Bugs was like if I see a bug, I would have been on my way back to St. Louis, you feel me? Like, I couldn't do bugs. So I was just looking for stuff like that. I was looking at things like, you know, the leasing people, if they were saying like they penny pinch, I'd be like, no, because I know a lot of apartments in St. Louis like that. Although this is my first apartment, just watching my mom rent, and like leasing people, they're like penny pinching, trying to find anything, nitpick, you know, get any coin out of you that they can. I try to avoid any apartments that said that too. So read up on the apartment reviews. What I also did, I looked up the crime rate in certain areas. If I seen an apartment in the area, I went on Google and I said, what's the crime rate in this zip code or in this city in Nevada? Like, I looked up the crime rate just to know what areas to avoid, you know. So that kind of led me to the area that I wanted to move in. The fourth thing I did, well, I didn't really do this. I actually read this somewhere, which is really fucking good advice, y'all. So look into places with the 6-month lease or month by month, just in case you don't like the apartment. I thought that was like really good advice. Like, say for instance, you get into this apartment, you think it's good, the reviews are good, but you know, sometimes they fake the reviews. They pay people to put the reviews on their site. So like, I would highly recommend that. Look into a place that has a month-to-month or a 6-month lease, just in case you don't like the apartment, or if you fall on hard times and the rent just become too much. You're not stuck in a lease for a whole year and, you know, struggling. So that was really, really good advice. I wish I would have known that or did that before I moved, but it's fine. I'm happy in my apartment. It's a really nice apartment and I can't complain. And I'm gonna give y'all a little tour of my apartment at the end of this. It's not fully furnished, but maybe that'll be the next video, a fully furnished apartment tour or what else. Number 5. So about 2 to 3 months ahead, start searching for jobs. So I was searching for jobs. Like, I was always on Indeed searching for jobs. Shit, a year before, just looking to see what they had, you know. Looking to see if I can transfer jobs. If you can transfer jobs, you in there like booty hurt. I'm telling you, that's like the best, if you can just transfer your job to where you're at. Most of the time, like when you're in a totally different state and you're applying, people are not going to take you serious. They're really just going to overlook your application. So my real advice is nice to look for jobs and start applying, just in case somebody do give you that opportunity or that chance. But for real, I would say wait a month in advance. Or even if you can just lie and say you live down there, put an address on the resume, tweak your resume, make it look like you already live there so they can actually take your application into consideration. You may risk, you know, having to go to an interview though, and you're not in the state, so you gotta fly out. So you kind of gotta be strategic about the jobs, y'all. That's why it's important to save your money too. Like before you come, save a nice amount of money, just in case you don't find a job right away. So I actually found a job right away. It was a month before I left. I came down here to search for apartments a month ahead. And then once I got the move-in date, I made sure it was a month out because I didn't want to move right away. So I did make sure it was a month out. And I started applying for jobs and putting my address on there. They didn't even interview me just because the experience I had in being an insurance agent. So I got a job right away as soon as I got down here. But as I said, it's good to have saving money because the job bullshitted me, y'all. Really bullshitted me. So I was out of pay for like, I came down here July 10th. I was supposed to start the job July 24th. And I was out of pay from July all the way until the end of August, and I still had to wait 2 weeks to get paid. So I really didn't get paid until the second week in September. So that's why it's so good to save money. Like I can't stress it enough. Save your coins, save a nice amount of money before you move. So that goes right into the next thing I was gonna say. Month ahead, fly out to the city and state that you want and start apartment searching. So I booked a flight middle of June. I booked a flight and I came out here and I was looking for an apartment. I already knew the area that I wanted to live in. I was on my P's and Q's, y'all. So I was searching around in the area and there's a lot of apartments that I went to, but I just wasn't feeling their vibe. Vibes are everything. So if you pick up a bad vibe, no matter how good that apartment look, walk away because it's just not worth it, you know? So I didn't apply, only apply actually to this apartment that I'm in now. I didn't apply to any of the other apartments. I searched around. I came to this one. I'm like, oh, this one's cute. It's really nice in here. I like it. But I still left. I'm like, I'm not sure. Let me keep looking. I kept looking, and the next day I'm just like, you know what? I fell in love with this apartment. This is the apartment that I want. It's a decent price. It's a little expensive, but nothing I can't do or afford. So I ended up just applying, and luckily I got the apartment. Like it kind of shocked me because like this was the first apartment that I applied to, and I got it. So that was good. So like I said, a month ahead, come out here, search apartments, look around, get a feel for the area, and put in an application. if they can, make your moving date at least a month in advance, even if they can 2 months, just to give you time to go home, pack, ship your stuff, find a job out here, handle your business. I also, when I got the apartment, I chose a day to actually drive out here, because I actually did drive 22 damn hours. It wasn't that terrible, but oh my God, I would never do it again. I actually drove out here, of course, a day in advance, and I drove my car. Oh yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that process. So I drove my car out here so I didn't have to worry about shipping it. I made sure everything was straight on my car before I drove. But then again, I have a pretty new car. Like, my car is a 2018 Impala. So Big Baby held it down for us. It gave me time to pack up, and I shipped 4 boxes of clothes, which totaled me about $250 freaking dollars, y'all. So I shipped those 4 boxes, and the rest of the stuff, like, I threw a lot of stuff away. I threw a lot of shoes and clothes away, and I pretty much packed as much as I could in the trunk, and whatever I could not fit in the trunk, like I said, I shipped it in 4 big boxes. That was kind of the process of, you know, what I did in that month in advance. Alright, so I think that's all covered. So the next thing I'm gonna say, when you're here, you have your apartment, you have your job, whatever the case is. If you don't have a job, this is very important. Be strategic with your coin. Be very strategic, because anything can freaking happen, y'all. You don't want to be out in a new state, new city, and you down bad. You know, the whole point of me moving out of the state was to come out here and not struggle, come out here and live a good life, or a different type of life, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. So be strategic with your money. It's exciting to get a new apartment. It's exciting to furniture shop. But when it comes to shopping, I'm gonna say this. Shop on a budget. Go to Home Goods, go to IKEA. IKEA got some plays on furniture. I was budget shopping. I was at Marshall's, I was at Home Goods, IKEA. I pretty much was trying to find all the plays. Now I learned that I could have been on Facebook Market. I actually got this couch on Facebook Market, and I only paid like $200 for this couch. So be strategic, budget shop. Like, come on now, budget shopping is really the shit, and you find good stuff. Like, sometimes paying less doesn't mean, well, all the time paying less doesn't mean ugly or cheap. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta search for the plays and you come across some straight gems, I'm telling you, because I have. You wanna have your money for a rainy day, you know? You wanna really have your money, save your money for things that's important. What if your car break out here? You out here by yourself. You know, what if your car break? What if, I don't know, some crazy shit happen. Crazy shit's happen in life. Like, life is full of obstacles. So you just have to be prepared for that rainy day. Have your money put up. And then, when you get fully established, you have your job, everything gets set in place, you have your cars looking good, everything good with your car, you establish, upgrade if you want to, you know, get what you really want. Once you're really established in the new state, get what you want, baby girl or baby boy. Am I talking fast? I feel like I am, but I know y'all don't want to watch no damn 30-minute video. Anyways. So, the last thing I have to talk about, because this was the most challenging thing for me. Not the most challenging. I'm going to tell y'all the most challenging at the end. One of the most challenging things for me was being isolated. I've always been a loner. I've always been the type of person that never really had a lot of friends. I never had friends actually at all. Any friend that I had, they just wasn't really my friend. And it never lasted long. That's probably, yeah. In St. Louis, I really didn't fuck with anybody. So I thought like coming out here was, being alone wasn't shit, you know. But it's a little bit different. It's harder being alone here because I don't have family here. Like, family is the most important thing to me, since friends are non-existent in my life. My family is my friend. So just being away from my family, it's kind of challenging. Like, I can't go and sit and chill with my mom, you know, things like that. Like, so you have to be prepared for isolation. And when it comes to meeting new friends in a new state, you still have to be very, very careful because this is a new state. You just can't go around trusting anybody, talking to anybody, being friendly vibe. You have to have your guard up. But at the same time, there's nothing wrong with being cool, collect, positive, because you attract what you are. But still, you have to be careful being in a new city, new state, alone. You know, you can get yourself into some bullshit. So, you know, you can't be too trustworthy, but it's still, you still want to put yourself out there and actually meet friends. Because like I said, being isolated and it just being you and only you in a new city, it can get kind of lonely. So that pretty much sums it up. The last thing that I want to say is most of these things I fumbled on, so everything hasn't been a smooth process for me. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, like I said, make the video. So if you decide to move to a different state, or even if it's 3 hours away, whatever the case is, you have like an understanding and you can probably, well, you can know what to avoid. My bad, y'all. Sometimes I don't have the right words to say. So that is, yeah, like I said, that pretty much sums it up. The hardest part for me not only was the loneliness, was the job part. Like I said like a few minutes ago, I got a job before I came down here, but when I got here, the job bullshitted me so bad. So when I first got here, although I was budget shopping, I still was spending more than I was making. So really, I went a full 2 months without any pay, pretty much. Probably 2 months, a little bit over 2 months without any real money coming in, without a paycheck coming in. Which was, I wasn't thinking about it too much at the time, which I should have. Like, I spent a lot of money, and yeah, I'm not like, it didn't hurt me that bad, but still, it just would have been more responsible of me to think about that before I started shopping and buying stuff for my apartment. It just would have been more responsible for me to actually get the job and then go shopping, you know. That just would have been, like I said, more responsible. Cause now, like, I'm in between jobs. I'm steady trying to, I moved, like, y'all, I've had 3 jobs since I've gotten here, which my next job is going to be my 3rd job, and I'm still trying to just not only build my savings, but get my savings exactly to where it was at. It's just been challenging for me. That was probably the most stressful part of the process for me. That's been the most stressful part. Like, I can deal with being alone. Like I said, I've been alone my whole life. But the job part, just being without a job, was probably the hardest thing. And sometimes I think that's just like a sign. That was a sign from the universe, from God, saying, do something different. Don't keep depending on the job. Because honestly, I didn't even come out here wanting a job. I came out here wanting to do anything that would get me out of that 9-to-5 mindset. So that was that. Yes, that sums it up. That's pretty much all I have to say about moving. I wish you all the best of luck if you decide to do this. You got this. You can do it. It's really not shit to it. It's actually a great experience. It's been so rewarding to wake up every day and know that I did this, you know. So I recommend everybody, anybody who want to do it, just do it. Like, don't keep waiting around forever. Don't keep making excuses. Don't keep saying this or that, because I swear I did that for so long. And sometimes people get like stuck in this mindset that it feels good to just talk about it and not actually do it. And the goal is to not talk about it, to not look like you have it, but actually have it, you know? So like I said, I wish you all the best of luck. God bless you all. If you do have any questions, any advice you'd like me to give you personally, please hit me up, let me know, because I'm definitely here to help. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do what you gotta do, get the girl page popping, and I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.